Good morning, Patreon loves. Good morning. I told you all about a month ago that I would be talking about my decision to get married, right? But first, if you haven't noticed, you're on a different channel. You're on my ASMR channel. I call this my clean channel. And this channel is going to be different from the NAROB channel. This channel is going to be clean. It's going to be I'm going to be doing book reviews, product reviews, because it's ASMR, just Google it, guys. It has something to do with sounds. Hold on, because there's a truck next to me, and y'all know I'm on the way to work, and I don't want that noise to be bothering you all. But it has to do with sounds, and certain sounds causes people to have a sense of euphoria. And what I've been told is that my voice is very calming. I guess it is. I guess. It's just a regular voice to me with a DC twang. Yeah, I had to put you all on pause because y'all know I'm on my way to work, and it be trucks all over the place. But my voice is just a regular voice with a DC twang. I've heard that I sound like I'm from New Orleans. I can see that. I can see it. Because I don't want to say dialect, but certain words are rhythm, or is it cadence? I guess that's what you would say is in the same flow as someone from New Orleans. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't have a problem with New Orleans, not at all. But like I said, this is going to be my clean channel. Product reviews, book reviews, clothing finds, things like that, right? So I told you all that I was going to talk about my decision to get married, right? Now, let me first establish this. My soon-to-be wife, I've known her since she was 21, 22 years old. She was just getting out of college. She was finishing up nursing school. It just all happened. I was finishing up my second degree in criminal justice, and I was switching careers. I was already still established because I was older than her, but she didn't have a car. She lived with her best friend. She didn't have anything. I don't even think she was certified yet as a RN. I'm not sure. She had gotten her BS in, but she was not yet a RN. And what happened was she was working on the floor at PG Hospital because she is from DC. And PG Hospital is not the greatest hospital here. And she was just new, but she made a decision to go to PG because, hospitals will pay, I think, like a good portion of your loans if you promise to stay with them for like 2 years, something like that. So she did that, but she pretty much was climbing, in the workforce quicker, faster, better, than I was, which was cool because in the criminal justice field, you don't make money, but in the medical field, you can. But we've always been there for each other, always. She's always had love for me. I've always had love for her, but her being a Virgo, she is just extremely intense. and extremely passionate. And to me, that's a nice way of saying she's a jumper. And I have always been extremely aloof and afraid of commitment, which in turn makes me a runner. So when you got somebody that wants to jump into a commitment, when you opposed to somebody that runs from commitment, that's never a good combination. So her and I were always on and off, but we've always loved each other. Always. And unfortunately, I just never looked at her as, I'm not going to say serious, but I never looked at her in a commitment way in regards to getting married, because I didn't want to be with somebody who something could happen and they jump to conclusions, or they jump out of the relationship, or they don't know how to work through troubles because they're jumping. Oh, okay, this don't look right, so I'm gone. Oh, okay, and that's why I move slowly, because when I get into it, I'm in it. I'm locked in. I'm not going nowhere. That's what it is. So she never hung around enough to understand that I don't go anywhere. But I had to point out to her recently, listen, out of 15 years, every time you knocked on the door, I opened it every single time. And she never even paid attention to that. And I mean, there was some times that she called me and was like, oh, my girlfriend made me mad. I want to be back with you. And I said, okay, come on. Let's see where this can go. And then I guess because I wasn't moving quick enough, she went back to her girlfriend. But that's how our relationship was. Or like the last time before she moved to Atlanta, she saw something, a message from somebody in my phone. And she was like, she questioned me about it, but because I'm so aloof about things, I'm like, don't worry about that. Don't even worry about that. That's not a concern of yours. You shouldn't even be worried about that. And she didn't like it. And she jumped. Her ASS all the way down to Atlanta in another relationship. Oh, y'all, that got me together. You hear me? That absolutely got me together because, while she was down in Atlanta, I was up here in a relationship with the devil. And I was hoping for her to call me and say, baby, come down here to Atlanta so we can be together. Because believe me, that relationship with the Leo truly matured me. It truly, truly matured me. And her relationship in Atlanta matured her in regards to her understanding that you don't have to be up under your friend 24 hours a day in order to show love, because she equated love with being around each other every day, and she just had a different sense of love that I knew I couldn't give her. But now we're ready to meet each other in the middle. I've matured, guys. I've told you that the only thing that I've ever loved was a Leo. I'm passionately in love with a Leo because I was more so in love with the chase. I was addicted to the chase of trying to convince somebody to love me. It's true. But now I'm mature enough to say, you know what? I don't want that no more. I want to be in love with the person that's in love with me. And I've always loved her because, like I said, every time she knocked on the door, I opened it, whether I was dealing with somebody else or not. The girl, let me tell you something. I was madly in love with the Leo, but guess what? If she would have called me and told me, nay, come down here to Atlanta, I would have left him in a heartbeat. I would have. So that's how my relationship ended up, or that's how I ended up in a relationship, because she called me. She said, Nay, come down here. Of course, baby, just send me a ticket. All right, here's your ticket. Let's go. And I got down there, and it was we just fell right back in the same place where we always are when we get together. I swear, every time we get together, it's like we I'm right back in love. It just never fails with us. And we're both in a place where we're like, let's do this, baby. And I always said that I wouldn't marry somebody for love. I would marry somebody for commitment. And she understands that about me, because I don't need to have a paper to show how much I love her. I don't need that. And I need her to understand that. I can love you without that paper, without that commitment. But I will do it because I want to show you that I love you. And in turn, excuse me, guys. And in turn, there's some things that we need to, do as a married couple in order for us to, get some things accomplished as business partners. So that's where this decision came from randomly. I love the girl. I have always loved her. She has always taken care of me. She put me in a situation where I can be a housewife. She and I'm in a position to support her with her business endeavors. She has some dreams that I don't mind at all supporting her on. I'm a huge proactive supporter on people in their dreams. Any of my friends that have dreams about anything or aspirations about anything, I'm 100% behind them. I'm pushing them. So we've made the decision to be there for each other, period. And like I said, when you get to be my age, it's not really always about love. It's about support, and security. And she has always showed me security. She has always been there for me when I needed her. So why not marry the person that has always been there for you, And I know you would be like, Nay, you don't sound like you love her. If you knew us and you knew how long we were, on and off, then you would think differently. But like I said, I don't marry for love. I marry for business. Because marriage is, to me, a partnership, a business deal to me, I loved her long before, the decision. I loved her as my friend, my lover, my girlfriend, all those things. So I'm just making it, I want to say, final for her. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to my ASMR channel. Thank you for all your support from all my new Patreons, all my old Patreons. And thank you.